Hello. Can you guys see me and hear me and all that good stuff? Please type in the chat. I see a heart already. Let me see here. Hello. Let's get this chat going, babies. Excuse me, all of a sudden my throat. Okay, so good morning and cheers. So let me see. I don't want to spill. Cheers. Jim! Oh my goodness. Hi, Jim. Are you the one that I think you're the one that just bought 2 hoodies. Am I correct? Meredith! Oh my goodness. Hello. Yeah, Jim, tell me. I think you're the one that bought yeah, you did. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So here's confirming I got your orders. um, so I will I'll be probably getting all of that. It's the weekend, so I'm going to be getting those ready on Monday and shipping those out to you. And it says on your thing you're in Colorado, so I haven't looked at all the details. I just know that it came in. So good morning, everybody. I can't wait to receive them. Jim, everybody that's listening, Jim bought 2 of the hoodies, and I had him here last time because I was giving one of them away as a free gift, but, um, they're so soft. They're super soft, and this is why I made these myself. I didn't buy them through Zazzle or Sticker Mule or anything like that. I find that, when you make your own stuff, you can be more particular with the quality, and so the T-shirts that are on there and, the hoodies are very soft. And, Jim had a question too that some of you might have, which is what was it made of? And I think it was, oh gosh, I put it on there now. I actually put the breakdown. It's a mixed blend. I can't remember the percentages now, but it's a cotton slash poly blend. And I did put that down on the website. And if you're looking at this shirt, this is the Poba shirt. I don't know how much you could see it. I flash danced it because I do that to all my t-shirts because I love it. But this is 90% cotton and 10% poly. And I am going to be giving some of these shirts away today when we do our little taboo thing, which I absolutely love. So I just wanted to kind of tell you that, and we'll talk more about the t-shirt stuff too. But I want to see. So Charlie, I see you there. Cheers and good morning from Anchorage, Alaska. Oh my gosh, good morning. And Ashley, good morning from Las Vegas. Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. Um, just received the Voodoo. There's a there's a heart in the way, so I can't see all of what you're saying there, but you're going to take the class. Okay, well, anyway, you guys, it's so exciting to be with you. And this is like a non-formatted type of class. I don't have anything in particular that we talk about because this is really about what you guys want to talk about. So, first of all, I usually open up with saying, because more people will come in, I open up with just talking about some updates. So, one of the updates is that I started the couples counseling um, class. I forget what it's couples counseling and emotional design. Um, which is really interesting. And so that course I just started recording. So it's going to take a little while because I'm putting together a really interesting um, I didn't wanna do just a regular workbook, I wanted to do like an exercise book that's something that couples could do together, and this is also gonna be great for you because if you work with clients, then you'll be able to use this booklet to give to them as homework if you're actually working with people that need help with this stuff. So that will be coming with it as well. Let me see, is there anything else down here? No. So anyway, there's that, and then usually I do like a live stream. I used to call it the cupcake party whenever I would hit like a certain, whenever I would hit a certain amount of, students, and I hit a 30,000 mark, and normally it's like a cupcake party, but I have to not have any sugar and stuff right now, so we're just settling for yay, coffee. What are you guys drinking right now too, and what time is it in your area? I don't Colorado, you're only an hour ahead of me. and I don't know about, Alaska and all that stuff. So anyway, let's see. Yeah, Jim, you're 11 AM. You've got your coffee. Good. Okay. So anyway, that's kind of all that I have right now. Marin, hello, drinking coffee. Nice to see you there on the screen. Charlie, Irish breakfast tea. Oh, nice. You're an hour behind, so it's 9ish there. So this is so exciting. So anyway, there's always like all this good stuff. I don't know how many of you guys are all of you guys on the Bliss Friday love letter. My cat just came in. Hang on one second because she always knocks the door wide open. One second. Okay. Sorry about that. She always oh, wrong way. She always knocks the door wide open and I had a little thing in there to keep her from doing that, but somehow she did it again. Okay, let me see here. Yes, you receive it. Jim Pete's Major Dickinson brand. Okay, cool. Um, the reason why I asked about the Bliss Friday love letter too is just, the topics that we talked about. And I want to open the floor to any of you guys. Really, I want to just spend time talking about what you guys want to talk about. So are there any things that was in the letter that you could relate to? Because I can't even remember the title now, but it was something about it's always about navigating life in some way, right? But is there anything that you guys want to talk about that's been on your mind lately, or any questions or anything like that that you have? Let me catch up to. Teaching is non-coffee really good. Cool. Oh, pets and loss. Yeah. Um, I don't know if you guys have noticed this too. Maybe it's like, I things that you just start to, you start to see a lot more, and I think it's because it happens to you. It's like they used to say, I just had this memory that when you're pregnant, you start to see a lot of pregnant people, and it's because that's what you're focused on, right? And so you start to see more pregnant people walking around. But I think it's kind of similar when it comes to um, just dealing with certain things in life, and you start to see maybe other like social posts and stuff of just a lot of people who have lost their animals, and there's a lot of transformation. I guess, you could say there's always a lot of transformation going on, but it really has to do a lot with just how you're processing from where you're at in your life at that moment. And I know for me, it was very I don't wanna talk too long because I could already feel it. I could feel the shakiness start to build when I start talking about my Celia, but it's about the risk, it's like being willing to take the risk to love. Like, I always adopt senior animals because they need it the most, um and that part of it is hard because you don't get to have them as long, but the thing is that, in life, and this is so, life in general, in everything that we do, it's about taking risk and, being willing to risk it all to love, or risk it all to try for something that we've always wanted in life, and to not hide behind our fears, or our old historical stuff, that triggers us to really do the work to move forward, and relationships, that's another thing. A lot of relationships in the last year, a lot of relationships, I was noticing a pattern of relationships being kind of reevaluated, and some just going away altogether, or dealing with relationships. Jennifer, hi. Dealing with relationships that you thought were one way, and then you realized they had changed and turned into something else that maybe wasn't healthy for you. And so, my point in saying all of this is that we're always in this flux and this transition of like discovering who we are, and who we are is constantly changing, and then just making new choices, but we have to in all of that, we have to take risk, and especially in love, it's worth taking the risk, I don't think there is truly any failure. I think, we try things and we live that adventure, and if it doesn't work out, it was just an adventure. It's not a failure. It's just you end up moving on to the next thing, So, um I don't know, I would just say, maybe the little phrase of today would be take risk. It's okay, and also if other people don't believe in you, that's okay too because, a lot of people, when you're an innovator, don't believe in you because most people are doing what everybody else is doing. Innovators are the ones creating the things that other people are doing. That becomes a fad, right? But somebody had to stand up and be different. And I can tell you from someone who's like that, and most of you who run businesses, the risky thing is not always the thing that people, they're not encouraging you to do that. They're encouraging you to do what everybody does that's nice and safe. And we feel this drive that we need to push forward because there's a bigger mission at hand, I guess. Like I feel driven, like I feel driven to get my messages out. Let's see here, the transformation and, change for the future. Yeah, I think it says change. Um, Let me say, yeah, change for the future. Am I okay, so Marin wants to know, am I psychic? Um, I prefer to call myself intuitive, and that could be some of that. Oh, did I miss something else here? Oh, sorry. Hold on one second. I'm just before it goes away. Okay, I was just reading something that Jim put about just, having special needs, at this time of life and really hard going through a divorce. Oh, that's whew, relationships, yeah. That's tough. Actually, and I'm gonna be covering all of that. I am. I actually did a video already about that, in the couples therapy. This is gonna be so good for everybody. I mean, it's good for you if you are wanting to be in a couple. It's good for you if you're in a couple. It's good if you are, someone who works, with people and you wanna help them through relationships. It's just, I mean, it's gonna be for everybody, but I talk about that, about going through divorce and relationship, and we have to just stay focused on the fact that, we took a risk and it's not a failure, it was an adventure. And we learned if you can ever learn anything from yourself, it's never a failure. It's never a failure because when you're learning about yourself through this self-discovery, then that's worth it, right? That's totally worth it because you gain something out of that. It's never good to regret things, because you can always find something that you learned. Okay, so let me go back to, so I'm curious why you're asking me if I'm psychic. Um, yes, and Jennifer, it is. It's everything's a stepping stone, right? That leads to that, that adventure that you took. And I'm all about trying things new and going for things, and I just think it's a lot more fun and you have a higher quality of life when you're willing to take those risks and you're willing to put yourself out there like that. How long have you been or have had shamanic skills? As a child, I knew I was different and experienced bird magic, so totems. In 2017, I started working on these skills with being a shaman. How long? I don't know if I know that answer. Hang on a second. Every time I come on here, you guys, my nose starts running and I don't want you to see it. Because I think it's gross. um, but anyway, I don't even know how long. I mean, if it's been a long time. I mean, I've been doing healing work for over 20 years. So, I think you as a person who is doing healing and shamanic work, you were doing it long before you understood what you were doing, right? So I think it's kind of something that's just in you, and over time, you are shown your gifts. You know, you have these little awakenings. I don't think they all happen at one time. I think that you are starting to become familiar with your gifts over time, and and then you start to realize there's something really special about it, and then you might have this big awakening or vision quest, or something might happen for you in a really specific way that you can't deny it. It's just this big thing. Um, but I think that we're always kind of, who we are. We already have our gifts, and I've always said that in my classes too. I know I've said it in the healing advisor and intuitive class, the medium one, that, you're not learning anything new, you're awakening to what's already in you, right? And that's kinda how I feel like in answering that question. It's like the stuff is in you, but then you might have these big, awakenings that make it really obvious what it is, you know? Um, and the skills are gonna go on forever. So that's why I always say in my classes, like, you're learning, a skill set and an awakening, and you're having your awakenings through the information that's coming, but it's the real mastery work in anything that you do is gonna happen over a long period of time. Get a sip of coffee or whatever your drink is. Mm. I have this Peet's coffee. It's called crème brûl caramel crème brûlée. Oh my god, it's so good with the 1 stevia. So good. It's my sweet treat. Okay, yeah, so I hope it answered your question. Keep them coming too. Okay, so Maria, did I say hi to you already, Maria? Hi, Maria. Everyone say hi to Maria. Okay. Great advice to think of our lessons as adventures, not failures. Yeah, because you guys, they literally aren't. There really is no such thing as failure. The only time that you could say you had a failure is if you refused to learn anything from it. If there's a gain, there's no failure. And the gain might not have anything to do with what your original goal was, right? Like your gain might have been like to have a really successful, revenue producing business, and maybe you put yourself out there, and the first time around in the incarnation that you put it out there, maybe you didn't achieve that revenue goal, or maybe things were tough and you had to close it down for now, and maybe it's resurfacing in another way. But that was never a failure, because you gained stuff. You gained valid, like, experience, and like amazing lessons of life and what you learned, right? That's the gold. And sometimes I think I wrote in the letter too, sometimes, in the Bliss Friday love letter, I think it was this week, where I said sometimes things are not, they're never failures, because sometimes things are about timing, right? Like, I put Place of Bliss Academy out there many times, back in the day when it was all like a physical business. It wasn't, nothing was online like that. It was all just like live classes and stuff. Um, and I had success for a while, and I was doing it while I was working my earth job, and I was building my client base and stuff. But, then where I lived was like impossible to, no matter how much money you made in the Bay Area, it was like nothing was workable. Like, you couldn't sustain anything. People who were just like little old people like me trying to run a private business, it was almost impossible because the cost of living was so high. So, you know, flash, way forward to now, it's so different, because moving to Washington, I really, like, put myself in the position where I could achieve the things that I wanted. The kids are all grown, they're all out of the house, they're all self-sufficient, and I could focus on me again, and that's when everything, this wave was able to happen, where I was able to build something because the timing was right, So it's never a failure. Sometimes it's just about timing and what you learn. So you got to kind of keep that, into perspective. Let me read some of these other things here. Um, Charlie, it's almost impossible to pinpoint the exact moment one becomes a shaman. Agreed, because that's just kind of, You can if you had some big, well, you can if you had some big explosive moment where it was like this like I had a shaman quest and I had this huge vision, but it wasn't that was not the only time. That was just the time I became super aware of it. Because all my gifts were happening before that. Let's see what else here. They just grow every year. Let's see what else here. Best thing I got out of my divorce was myself. Oh, that's the truth. Realized how strong I was, and I'm not bitter about it because I learned so much. Our setbacks in life are definitely lessons. We miss out on them if we lose ourselves in resentment, a low vibrational emotion. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that's the thing, you guys, is we could focus on you have the choice of what you're gonna focus on, right? So, you could focus on the lower vibrations, and you can get stuck in resentments or have regrets or all of those things. You can be angry and bitter and all of that, but none of that does anything for you, you know? Anger is, it's just unresolved stuff, and it's a natural part of the process, so I don't wanna poo-poo on anybody who if you're going through something with someone and you feel angry about it, you have the right to feel angry about it. The important thing is, to move through your emotions. There's people that stay stuck in their emotions for a really long time, and they don't ever move out of it, and because they don't move out of those emotions, they don't move on, right? So, it's really important to allow yourself to feel whatever feelings you have, and this is in everything, not just, relationships that didn't work out or whatever, but I think in everything, it's like allowing yourself to have the emotions and don't think that because you're a spiritual person and that you're evolved, that you're not allowed to have these negative emotions and that you have to move directly into, problem resolution and being the better person and having happy thoughts. Like all of that is great, but you do have to deal with how you feel, and if you need to sit in it for a few days or a week or whatever, do that. Feel it, but then pick yourself back up and say, okay, now it's time to figure out the next step to make my life my quality of life, my quality of thinking, all of that stuff. um so what other things do you like, what other questions have come up for you? Is there anyone here that has had any questions in regard to any classes or anything in life? Someone asked me, I think it was Marin, you asked me about, if I'm psychic, but you didn't say why you were asking that. So, I guess we could talk a little bit of about that too, is that, I don't like to use I think I even say this in the class, I don't like to use that label, for myself. There's nothing wrong with that label. I just like to, call myself more intuitive because I just think it's like saying you're a medium, having gifts where you can see the beyond realm and you can communicate. Sometimes that is, seeing something, ahead of time, but for me, I don't get that so much. There has been times where I've gotten something like that, but for me, it's more about just being intuitive, um, and knowing and sensing things, and being able to be a medium and have these spiritual, dialogues with what most people don't see, you know what I mean? And being able to channel and other things like that. When I think psychic, I think about like precognition and seeing things happen before they do. And I have had those experiences, but they've been way less. My experiences have been more on the other side of that. Okay, so I've gotten some comments here. Your shaman classes are amazing. Thanks. I did make a voodoo doll for one of my mentors. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, and I hope it was filled with all goodness. That's the thing. If you have never taken my voodoo class and you're sitting here listening to this, there's a huge, It's really popular to think about, voodoo as this thing that hurts people and, people stabbing dolls and all that stuff, but it's actually a very beautiful religion, and it's about a lot of beauty and goodness, and people, forget about that. People, or they don't, not that they forget, they just don't know because they've been sold on other stuff. And if you go online, I mean, there's a lot of scary stuff on that, and but if you talk to, people that are in that religion, and you see a lot of their rituals are so beautiful, their celebrations. I have an issue with, any animal sacrifice. I do not do that, would not ever do that. I say in the class that I am not a voodooisant. I am not a priestess or anything like that. It's just something that I've always been drawn to, and maybe I have been in a previous life because I was drawn to that, and it was not like it was around me in any way, shape, or form. Something called me to that, and I found it to be very beautiful. Um, but I always say, just like anything spiritual or any religion, there's gonna be people that twist it and turn it and use it for something else, and that's what people have done. And in the media, like movies, old movies and stuff like that, they always make it very negative. And it's not to say that the negative does not exist, because it does exist out there, but it's really, in any practice, it's about how you practice what it is, right? So let me read some of these. Working towards certificates. Good, only positive vibes filled in the Sufi voodoo dolls. It's all about blessings, right? So, you know how people bring a housewarming gift, to somebody? You could use a doll, and this is, mind you, only if they're okay with it, because some people can't get past their fear, so you wouldn't wanna just do this with someone who's not spiritually open to that sort of thing. But to me, these pieces of artwork, they are really, they are art, and they are blessings, right? So if you want to, um, if you're working on something, or you want to get that job, or you want a blessing for your business or whatever, you can use the dolls and the packets that you learn in voodoo. You can use all of those, the same way that people use statues. They might have a statue of Voodoo, Buddha or Kuan Yin or whatever. They might have those around them because they're reminders, right, of something good. And you can use the voodoo dolls and the packets the same exact way, because you're filling them with this goodness that reminds you to stay focused on that. Okay, so let's see. Charlie, I want to read your comment in regards to the Friday letter, suffering, melancholy. What are your tips in working, moving, breaking through this? I'm curious, as a Taurus, notorious for bouts of melancholy. Okay, so let me preface it by saying, bake it into the cake. Okay. We often think, and I point this out in the letter too, we often think that something's wrong because we have any kind of feelings of restlessness, sadness, melancholy, and a lot of times there's just nothing wrong with you. You're processing, but we've gotten it into our heads that we have to be sparkling with joy every second of the day, and that just isn't life, right? If we bake into the cake that these feelings help us to kind of harness what's happening in our life by our feelings, right? Feel Melancholy is a feeling, and our feelings are our divinity. It's our connection to our divinity, whatever it is for you. Okay. I'm not, it could be under any name. I call divinity the great invisible spirit. And you know why I call it that? Because it belongs to everybody. It's not named, it's not any specific religion. Everybody has access to the great invisible spirit, because we all understand what that's saying is something, there's something great. We don't have to define it or even know what it is or understand it. There's something, okay? It's when we have feelings, we're connecting to that. So when people say, "Oh, you're feeling too much." You're focused too much on your feelings. Well, be worried when someone is not focused on feelings at all because they're cutting themselves off from their feelings, which is their divine connection. The interesting thing is that we need to be in our feelings and also not having explosive outbursts with them, right? This is when we respond to things and not react, right? And that's a skill set, right? And the quick skill set that you can learn if this happens to be you, since we're talking about it, the quick little tip that you can use to not have these outbursts would be tell yourself whenever you feel these things, these feelings that you feel like you have to voice immediately, instead tell yourself, log it. And you might write down what it is that you're logging and that you're not going to respond to it or you're not going to talk out loud about it. You're not going to respond to the person or whoever it is. If there's somebody that's causing a feeling, you're going to log it for 24 hours and you're going to sleep on it. And when you wake up, you're going to reevaluate whether or not that is actually how you still feel today. Because a lot of times the emotion and the trigger of it is coming from somewhere else and it's charging it. And so when you can wake up the next day not charged by that trigger, you might think differently about it, but you'll definitely have a better conversation about it. Um, so melancholy is a way for you to understand what you're feeling. And oh, hi, Lori. This is someone new on the chat board. Hello. Thank you for welcoming me into your chat. I have to go now. I'm looking forward to your next group. Well, hello and goodbye. um, yeah, so I think instead of feeling like our emotions when they're not super happy, thinking that we have to get ourselves out of it immediately, I think it's time to go into it. I think it's time to go, okay, what is it that I'm feeling? Why do I feel melancholy? And then saying, okay, whatever that answer is, I came by that honestly. I have the right to feel melancholy about it, but it's also not the end of the world. And whatever it is, it's helping me to define what I need to do next. Okay, so if it has to do with, maybe you're melancholy because you're feeling lonely. Okay, well, then the antidote for that is to be out there more, to get out there. And to get out there, it doesn't mean anything crazy. It literally might be that if you're feeling melancholy and you're in your home, and you're just stewing in your melancholy because you're feeling alone, maybe you need to go out and whatever it is that you would do at home, do it out in public. It could be as simple as going to a coffee shop and just, if you're going to be on your computer, be on your computer in a coffee shop so you're not alone, right? Make choices. I mean, this is simple. That was very simplified, but what I'm saying is make choices that are gonna help you first feel what you feel, but then make a choice to do some sort of activity or action step, I should say. Take an action step that is the opposite of that, right? But bake it into the cake that we feel melancholy sometimes because we have the right to, right? And then we can ask ourselves whatever that thing is that we're feeling, like if it was an experience we had, what did we learn? Start focusing on the things that we want to be focused on and not just on the melancholy itself, right? Because melancholy and sadness, even depression, is a normal thing that comes in and out of our life throughout our life, but when we think that we can't acknowledge it or it makes us lesser of a spiritual person or less evolved, that isn't the truth. The truth is you've got to feel the feeling and acknowledge to yourself, love yourself, and say, "I came by that honestly, and I'm gonna let myself feel whatever that feeling is." And then after a few days, of being in it, even a week, whatever it is, then you say, "Okay, well, yes, I still have those feelings and I still have the right to those feelings, but where do I wanna go now? What do I wanna focus on?" Because it's always about the quality of life, and quality of life is change, right? Change is the only thing that we can count on. It's the thing that we're always moving forward. Time waits for no one, right? So quality of life is gonna be found in that continuity, of moving forward. So then you give yourself the next thing that you're gonna do, and it may just you may be a planner and have it all mapped out, but you may be like, "I'm just gonna take one thing at a time," and that's how you deal with things. I tend to do that. It might be a couple of things at a time, and I have a bullet point list of things that I wanna do, where I wanna go, or how I wanna move on, but then once I have a couple of things on my list, I just go, "Okay, what's the first thing?" And then I put all my thought into that thing. Okay, let's see here. I hope that's helped. Did that help you, Charlie? Let me know. And if any questions came up from that, let me know too. Um, yes, okay, so I found that helpful, right? Saying bake it into the cake. Yeah, it's I think we think that life has to be this thing that we don't feel bad about at times, and that's just no, that's not how it is, right? Like, the yin yang of life is polar opposites, but that they're all connected. If you've ever looked at the yin yang symbol, and I don't happen to have one here in front of me, but they're two the light, it's literally yin yang means yin means the what is it? The shade the yin yang means the sunny side of the tree and the shady side of the tree. That's what that means. Okay. And the white part is the sunny side and the dark part is the shady side. And keep in mind, it's the shady side. It doesn't mean that it's dark or ugly. It's just the light and the shady side. Okay. And you could say light and dark, but it doesn't have this impact of dark, like I write in my horror novels, right? But if you look at a yin yang, there's this like border that goes around both of them, and then it runs through the center, and then it comes out the other way and goes that way, and then you can go back in the center, and what that means is they're connected, right? And so when I say bake things into the cake, I mean it. It's like, all experience is baked into the cake. All feelings are baked into the cake, and we process through our feelings and allow ourselves to have them without this judgment on ourselves that we have to be more evolved and therefore have none of these feelings. If you do that, you're missing out on life. I mean, you're missing out because you're meant to have these experiences. And I'm not saying that, some divine being is giving you negative experiences. We're out there living with our free will and things happen. We're not perfect and we're figuring it out. And as a consequence of that, we really mess people up and mess ourselves up and mess our kids up. And we have all these experiences and then we have to keep chopping away at it. We keep chopping wood, right? Trying to figure it out. We keep getting in there, and that's what life is about, so if we bake it into the cake that we are going to have these melancholy moments, these sad moments, happy moments, like everything, we think of that yin yang where there's two sides of everything, and we're that fine line that's going in and out of both of them. And that's the way life is. It's meant to be that way, right? So if you can learn from something, you don't ever have to have regret about it because you've learned, and nothing is ever a failure because you've learned from it. Okay. Um, so let's see if I missed anything here. Um, Religion, Maria said, Religion is not the negative, it's the humans that make it negative." Yes, and that was in reference to, just talking about, really all religion, but we were talking about voodoo as a religion and how it's beautiful, but it's literally everything, right? I mean, you can apply that to witchcraft, to voodoo, to every religion out there. You can apply that to anything really, that it's really about the individuals and what the individuals are practicing, okay, and what they're trying to impart. In fact, I can give you an example of this, so annoying, from this morning. If any of you guys are on my Sufani Wiseman Garza author Facebook page, I don't even really understand what these are for, but there's these little side chats, and I know I did a side chat for, because they were introducing it, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'll start one," and I did a little side chat for Place of Bliss Academy, and I did which is a closed group, and I did another one for my author page, and I ended up deleting it this morning because this author page, as of right now, is open, but I think I'm even gonna close that one to a group only page, and if you're not on it right now and you are a writer or you like talking about books and authorship and all that stuff, you wanna join that page. So it's called Sufani Wiseman Garza Author. That's if you type that in, you'll find it, and I'm sure you can go through the posts on the Place of Bliss Academy page and find it there too, but, somebody went has been going on to the side chat in the Sufani Weisman Garza author page and posting, like, pornography. It's and, of course, you guys, I'm not on, I do my best, I go on it, but if it were up to me, I would be completely off social media 'cause it annoys me, but I have to be on it for my business. I feel more peace of mind when I don't have to be on social media at all and feel this constant urge to be promoting, right? But unfortunately, that's part of running a business, so I have to be on there. Um, but also you can put some safeguards in there, which I'm constantly evaluating myself on that because I get sucked into being on it too much. Um, so where was I at? So somebody posted on there, and this is about what I was saying before was which is about, like, it's what you do with your voice, it's what you do with whatever you're practicing, whatever your business is, whatever, whatever it is out there that you're doing, it's what you choose to do with it, and unfortunately, there's, like, a bunch of people out there that are just out there to cause chaos, to be disgusting, the darker side of life, to be focused on how they can cause problems, and I ended up just, 1, blocking because there was 2 of them. I blocked 2 of them, but I think they're probably the same person, and the problem that's difficult with social media like that is that these are probably dark web techie people, so they know how to weasel into things and get into things, and they were constantly coming back even though I blocked them and sent them to Facebook to complain. I've gotten quite a bit of these on the metadata page, the business metadata page, and they're almost impossible. They just keep coming back. They're like bots or something. Um, so it's disappointing, you know what I mean? That that's what some people choose to focus on in their life, but that's the reality, and so with that, just to close on that one, I see some other comments I'm gonna read in just a minute, but, I ended up just deleting that chat altogether because honestly, I don't really even see a need for people to chat. I would rather them chat as the post, post what you have to say. I would love a lot more of that going on because I don't see a lot of that happening on even on the Place of Bliss Academy page. I would love more people to be posting and talking and asking each other questions or sharing, but it's way better than it was. It used to be like nobody would ever do it. Um, and I'm getting people on the author page as well who are doing that, but I just ended up deleting it, because I just don't wanna deal with it, and I also on the author page, went back to my original thing, which was people have to get approval for me to so I want you to post, I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna approve it and it'll be a post on there, but I just can't as much as I want it to just be open, I can't because you get people that come through that do stuff like that, and it's sad, but again, you just have to put in the safeguards to keep the community clean. I'm even considering, just doing this as the author page as a group. I know other authors don't do that because they want exposure to everybody, but I really want it to be a safe place where people go, and you can't do that when it's all public like that, unfortunately. It's just really disappointing. 1 second. I said that, when my nose runs, I'm going to block it. Okay, so let me read some more of these. For melancholy and depression, shadow work, journaling, and practicing high vibrational activities. Yes. Um, Jan, let's see, just emailed the voodoo doll I made. Oh, yay! Did you also post it on the I think you can you post a picture? I think you can. I'm not sure if you can. I was gonna say, Jim, post the voodoo doll on the Q&A if you're allowed to post a picture, because this is the other thing is I would love more people to use the Q&A when they're studying. Underneath the video, there's a Q&A link. underneath the video, and you can actually comment. You may be able to post a picture. I've never looked to see that, but I think that would be so awesome to post a picture. But you can also, Jim, post on the Facebook page, post a picture of your oh god, I would love that. Jim, can you go on the Facebook Place of Bliss Academy page, and can you post the doll there and share that with everybody, and ask other people, like, I think it was, Meredith, I think it was you, or it could have been Brittany, that said, "Who's published a book after taking Sufi's class?" And a bunch of you guys started talking. Jim, you could do the same thing. Who of you have taken Sufi's voodoo class? This is the doll or the packet or whatever else you made, and post it so that other people in that class, can see that. That's what I want to see more of. But I'm excited to see that. So please post that on the Facebook page. Your courses help us process our feelings, skills, healing, and helping others. Thank you. That's my mission in life. Okay, Meredith. Okay, let me read your thing. Another friend had that happen to her chat and had to make it private and approve all posts and comments. It's too bad that it has to happen to these great pages. Yeah, but the thing is that if you have a public page, it's you almost have to bake that into the cake that a public page is gonna get people that troll. These are lonely people that just wanna cause, problems and create havoc, and unfortunately, that is the reality. It's just like how we talked about with reviews. You have to bake that into the cake, that you're gonna get some that are good and some that are not good and some that are just meh, and you have to bake that into the cake so you're ready for the whole realm, the whole yin yang of experience that we're gonna get. And then take, with social media, I left it open. I, gave it a shot when people wanted to post openly, because I was taking a little too long to get to the post. But now that there's more active people, I check it daily, but I wasn't for a while because people were pretty much not, like, interacting, so it might be a couple days before I would go on that page. But now I'm checking all of them daily. The weekends, I might be less likely so, but, um, anyway, um, I'm just going to, I think I am going to put that page as private, and that way people that really are interested in reading and books and authorship, that they actually will join the group and wanna have really good conversation, okay? Okay, so it's like 47 minutes into it. This thing always goes so fast, and I wanna get to the fun stuff, but I wanna make sure. Let me see. Um, Jim, you do cybersecurity. Oh my gosh. Threat actors are terrible. They're nasty. I know. Block them, report it, and delete it. Now, the good news is I did all of those things. I reported them, I blocked them, and the admins, actually, there was people that were in the chat, that there was 3 people in the chat also before I even saw it, reported them, thank goodness. And, I have had somebody do that before where they actually deleted it. I think anybody that's in the chat can also delete that when it comes up. So, but I just got rid of them. I don't necessarily see a need for that, because I want people to really be posting. I want everybody to be able to see that. And nowadays, if people are shy, they can do anonymous posting, which I've had people do on the author page as well, asking a legit question. Okay, so anyway, Jim, God bless you for for being someone who does cybersecurity, because in this world we need it. Okay. Let's see. I want to know more from your perspective on your new 3 writing courses. I'm not a writer by nature, but I'm going to do the writing courses to express myself better. Oh, that's amazing. Well, what is my perspective on that? Gosh, I just got this jumble because there's 3 of them and they're all very specific. Yes, I think that you will be able to get more about expressing yourself. The communication class is really good for that as well, um, because it's teaching you a lot about different styles of communication. So if you're interested in communicating yourself communication. Am I saying this right? If you're interested in communicating better, take the communication class because it's more about the give and take of interaction with people. I only have one communication course. And hopefully you guys all know that you can all go to placeofblissacademy.com under courses and get to all of them. And by the way, if it looks a little bit different on the header, it's because I actually narrowed it down to just say menu so that you can click on the menu button and get the drop down because it was getting too cluttered. There's just so much on my pages that I offer that I just wanted it to look cleaner. Um, but you can find all of my courses linked there, and you will always be able to find all of my sales there too. When I have them, which is every like twice a month, I have sales for my POBA students. Um, where you guys can get them cheap. You guys know all that. Anyway, you can always go to the website. So rely on that website to look and find what you need. But one, the communication class would be good, but the writing is about expressing yourself and about confidence. And what I would recommend that you do, Jim, because I just can't I can't go into like all the details of each class and what they offer, but you will see that each class deals with certain things. And in every class that I do, even though it's targeted to a certain thing, it's also very human. And it's also talking about life philosophy, you know, how to philosophize all the things that we do in a really healthy way. So I highly recommend start at one and keep going. If you really want to learn about being a writer, like someone who wants to be a writer and get to that point of, you know, publishing and all of that, you got to go to the Get Published, How to Get Published class. People love that class. A lot of people, and I'm so excited. Meredith is one of them. Meredith has a book, um, Anxiety Makes Me Poop, and it is the best book. I love it. Great stories. If you guys want to support, you know, one of our own and an indie author who's also here, you might want to do that. I wish I brought him in here with me there. It's out in the other room. You could literally sit and read it all at once. It's a really great book and it shares personal stories. So she's teaching in the shaman's way, shares stories and brings it all, you know, all back to center, you know. So thank you, Meredith, for putting yourself out there. Brittany is another one that did like a living eulogies. I think her last name's Hamley. I don't think she's here today. She was here last time, but she started a little conversation about that. Oh, Meredith says, you know, all because I'm learning from your courses. Well, you know, I have to tell you, that's the thing that's so special about all of this, you guys, is that do not underestimate your power to inspire people by putting yourself out there. And yes, and I guess that could be something that kind of wraps up this whole thing is that we talked about taking risk, we, you know, putting ourselves out there, but then at the end of the day, what becomes of all of it? Not only are we living our life and we're having an adventure, right? While we're doing it, we're taking those risks. We're feeling, you know, melancholy sometimes because maybe it didn't work out the way that we thought it did, but it just needs a perspective shift, you know, to look at what did we gain from it, and that, you know, could be a timing thing and I'm not going to give up. Maybe it just shifts. Maybe it just turns into something else. You know, maybe it comes back around later. You know, it's all about like our what we're doing in our own life is impacting that of others in a positive way, right? Because we could look at this, you know, these troll people, you know, that are putting themselves out there, but they're doing it in a really trolly way. And all it did was create frustration. No one learned anything good. No one was impacted in a positive way that shaped their life. You have the possibility of doing that in everything that you learn and you take in. Every person, whether you're a teacher or not, you don't have to be a teacher like me. You every time you learn something, you're impacting the people around you. And that's the big picture of this mission. Did you guys hear my stomach growl? Oh my goodness. I hope you didn't. That's what it's all about, you know, is that we're learning from other people and then we're putting ourselves out there in one way or another, and it's having an impact on other people. So everything that you are learning of goodness and light is shining through in who you are, and it's interacting with all those people around you, and that is the point. Whether you're a teacher, whether you're global, whether, you only have 1 or 2 students as a teacher, if I used to always say, "Get the one, the rest is gravy," because all you need is to impact one person. The rest is gravy. If you've impacted one person, life fulfilled, right? Because you made a difference, right? So just just know that, right? That's to the bigger thing of like, taking the course helped you publish, Meredith helped you publish your book, get yourself out there, and now there's more to come, and you're going to be building on that, and that's the exciting thing about this is you start forming your own group and community of people, and you can invite them into, the communities that you're in, but you can do both. You can invite them into the communities that you're in, but also start your own community. There's enough for all of us, to share and be open and just wherever there's love, bring people into that. Okay. Let me see what else here. Do you have a class on shadow work writing? To be honest with you, I never really know what there's a lot of terminology that people started to use. I don't really even know what that means. So, Maren, when you say shadow work writing, what do you mean by that? Put that in the notes because I'm not quite sure what that means. Charlie just added anxiety makes me poop to my to be read. Yay! That's so awesome. You're going to love it. It's fun. I sat, in the living room and I had my big screen TV on, which I have it on all day with a fireplace going. So I had that on. I had my feet up, a blankie. I had my drink in my hand and I just sat and I read the entire thing and I couldn't have been more proud. And this is where it hits me, right? Because this it was in print. It was like someone was directly inspired by my one of my courses and went out and accomplished, something in print that I could hold, and I was holding it in front of me. Talk about manifestation, right? It's like she manifested this course based, the book based on, what was inside her, but from the words that my course that I put out there, I shared and then she shared, right? So how great does that feel? It's amazing when it comes back to you like that. So amazing. Okay, so Maren, I'm just gonna wait for you to express more, but I wanna get into this. Oh, since I held this, you guys have probably seen this. I did a little video on this too. This is my manifestation. Yay! I just love look at the first page too. Isn't that pretty? I just love that first page. Okay, anyway, you guys, oh, one other thing since we're talking about that, the SufaniWisemanGarza.com, the Wiseman is spelled we is man, not wise, W-I-S. We is man. SufaniWisemanGarza.com. And I just did a sampler page where all of my books have like a chapter or two of a sampler that you can read. So if you want to, you can do that. It also has a link where you can go and buy all of my books there too, if you wanted to do that. Regardless, buy something from an indie author, someone who is self-supporting, and you can ask me or you can join other pages or join our author page. I want to start posting more indie author books too to help indies out. Okay, let me see. Looking forward to reading The Sculptured Soul. Almost done with Rickaby Lane's series. With both of them? Ooh, okay, so you got to review if you guys have read any of my books, please review them. Go on Amazon and Goodreads. People are reviewing this one on Goodreads, but they aren't reviewing it on Amazon. Amazon owns Goodreads, but it's important to have it on Amazon too, because that's where I sell all my books. Okay. So thank you, everybody who supported. And I want to get on to the fun stuff now. So let's play some Taboo. If you don't know how this works, I do it my own style. I'm not timing anything because they give you this little like timer where you can time how long and then time's up. I do it Sufi style. Okay, so Sufi style, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call out, I'm going to pick a card. And I have to describe something. And the first person who is able to guess what I'm describing is going to win a prize. So I'm going to tell you something about these shirts. Okay. So I don't have any more larges of these shirts, but I will tell you that they shrink, and that also they will shrink, but you can keep them out of the dryer and hang dry them to keep them the same. I'm a large, this is large, and I was able to fit comfortably into a medium for a more fitted shirt, but I tend to like my weekend shirts to be kinda loose and hanging, and so, if you are a large, when I'm doing this shirt, you can get a medium. You could request a medium or you can get an extra large and shrink it. So that's gonna be up to you. I only have smalls, mediums, and a couple of extra larges left. So keep that in mind. And so let's see, the first one that I'm gonna give though is gonna be a very, very one of a kind customized shirt. It is a large. So even if you're a small, you can wear it for jammies. Okay. And it is this shirt. It's the Good Morning Tee. There's only one. It's so soft and comfy. Hopefully you can see it. It's got the logo there. It's just fun, okay, and so I have this one and only customized shirt in a large, and it is unisex. So that's gonna be the first prize, and what I'm gonna do, whoever guesses first, is going to, win this T-shirt, and then what you'll need to do is email me directly. If your email does not have your name, if you it doesn't have your name directly in the email, then you're gonna need to send me, like, your ID or something like that so that I can see a picture of you with your name, and this is just to make sure that everybody is no one can just email me and say it's them and have me mail it to them, okay? This is just to be safe. My email address, and I'm gonna type it in here, Sufani at place of bliss sanctuary.com. Sorry. I have really bad eyesight, you guys, too, so it's really hard when I'm not working on my big screen and to do this. Let me see. So that's why I take a little bit longer. It's harder for me to see. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, and really quickly, I'm gonna answer this question. So any of you guys, I want you to make sure that you know that this is in the chat. You might wanna write down my email address if you don't already have it. Um, okay, and you also could reach out to me on Facebook or whatever, but I prefer you need to email me directly if you're a winner. I'm also gonna ask that everybody that's playing this game, once everybody starts going, last time, the person that guessed first, I didn't see them, I saw the second person, so if I ever say, "Oh, you're the winner," and somebody you notice someone else had the answer first, you need to let me know, please, but I'll go through and make sure also. Maren, I'm gonna answer your question, working with your unconscious mind to uncover the parts of yourself that you repress. I already have a class on that, it's called resolution therapy. So there's a lot of questionnaires that you fill out in resolution therapy so that you can get to the unconscious drivers. So that's the class that you want. Go to my website at placeofblissacademy.com. Resolution, I missed an A, therapy. There. Okay. Go to resolution therapy and you will be able to do that shadow work. My card fell on the floor. I could pull another one, but I want to use the one I pulled. Hang on. Okay. Okay, so we are going for this customized shirt. This is a size large for any of you who want to win. Okay, let me look at this first. Let's see. That's a hard one. Okay, let me try this one. I'm looking at the things I can't tell you, okay, that I can't say if you guys have ever played this game. Okay, how do I say this? Okay, it swims in the ocean. Um, it's very slick on its skin, They're known for being extremely intelligent. Um, they travel in packs. They always seem happy. Oh, Meredith, you got it already. Okay, I see Meredith is the first one. Okay, everybody. Oh my goodness. Wow, that I thought that was going to be hard and it wasn't. Okay, I'm going to write down who won what. I have two other giveaways besides shirts that are kind of exciting too that I'm going to do. So, okay, so Meredith, I'm just writing down Meredith. What is your last name, Meredith? POCZ. I'm just going to put that down. POCZ. Okay, Meredith won the good morning tea. The good morning tea. Meredith, please email Sufani at placeofblisssanctuary.com and I need your address of where to mail this to. So you are going to get this large good morning tea. Yay! You'll never forget me now. Okay, I and this is reminding me too, it's like this was probably taken during Halloweenish because I put orange and, pink in my hair, so I'm like sherbet. Um, so I gotta do my hair color again because it's almost gone when I did my other highlights. Who cares? Anyway, okay, let me get a better card because that one there was nothing else on there that I wanted. Okay, we are moving on. Let me see. Yay! I really wanted Oh, you wanted it, good. Okay, everybody's saying congratulations. Yes, exciting. Okay, now we're going for this shirt. Okay, but this is what it looks like. Now I'm calling this the let me move this because I don't want any coffee on this shirt. This is called it's wrinkly and I apologize. Let me get it into the frame. Okay, this is the Poba shirt and it's got the 2024 logo on it and the tree is like I don't know, I love this tree. I don't you can't see you guys, I'm so bad with with directionality on this thing, but look how real the tree is. Isn't it amazing? I just love this. So this is the 2024 logo. This remember I flash danced mine because I like to have this, I like to have this look, cute. Um, this is a what do you call it? A unisex shirt, so it's for men and for women. And it also has, I call it the purpose tee because it has your purpose isn't what you do, it's who you are. Okay, that on the back. So this is for the purpose tee. So let's play for this one now. See who's going to win this one. Let me put it up here so it's out of the way. Okay, let me look at my card here. Okay. I can't use any of the keywords on this one. Okay, so people will do this. They will go into public places. Oh, wait, hold on. Maria, I like it as you are wearing it. Oh, thank you. I know you can just do a little cut. Okay. So the next one for winning that t-shirt is okay. So people go out in public and they do this. It's a lot of fun, and oftentimes they do it with other people. They might do it at a restaurant that plays like kind of it's not a game, but it's something that people do to kind of laugh and giggle. It's where they can use their voice and a microphone so that they can listen to cover songs and then they can express themselves. Oh, Jim, are you the first one? Yes, Jim, you won. It's karaoke. I couldn't say sing. I actually said microphone, but I wasn't supposed to say they have it listed as mic, but I kind of gave that away. Sing, mic, bar, song, or stage. I couldn't say any of that. And yet you were able to get it. Okay, so Jim, I'm so excited. I'm writing this down. Jim Stevens won the purpose tee. Okay, and Jim, can you tell me right now, what's I have a small, medium, or extra large. Which one do you want? This is so exciting. Okay, Jim, you want to Excel. Okay, perfect. So Excel it is. You got the very last one. Yay. Okay, so the t-shirt portion of playing this game is over, but I have a couple of other things that I'm going to give away, and this is kind of fun too. So you guys know that I wrote a book called True Stories of an Urban Shaman, right? And excuse me, that book is all about it's literally like decades of well, I say decades, like 20 years of experience. It's 20 years of experiences that I had in healing, and it's talking about how to process yourself as a healer in working with people, but also just going through life, and how to process through all your personal stuff and how to maintain learning about your healing gift and giving your gift to other people and all these really mediumship type of things that happen. All of these wonderful, like spiritual, mystical things that have occurred while I was doing healing work. And I share that with everybody in that book. Well, the cool thing is that I have still several links to get free copies of the audio version of that book. So I want to give a couple of those away. I have several of those for the US, and I have several links that are for the UK. I don't think anyone here today is from the UK. But if they are, you'll let me know if you win. Tell me if you want the US version or the UK link. Okay, so this is kind of exciting. Okay, so let me look at my card, and here we go. Get ready. Oh gosh, how do I say this? Okay, so let me start. Okay, so this is something that we eat, and there's a specific type of restaurant that we eat it in that has chopsticks. And when we eat this, it's often wrapped in something that it comes from, I can't say the O word, but it comes from deep in the water. Oh, who got it already? Jim. Jim, you're on fire. Oh my goodness. Okay. You know what though? Because I have a lot of these links, not a lot, but I have a good amount of links, I'm going to pick two winners. Okay, so right now, okay, so stop saying sushi. I'm going to give three of you guys these links. Okay. So Jim, let me write this down. Jim, Marin, and Maria. I need you guys all to email me. Okay. And I just wanted to give you guys all a link. So you're going to get my links. And I'm imagining you guys are all in the US. Please put yes if that's the case, or just US, whatever you want to do. Okay. I'm going to actually give away three of those right now because I feel like it. Okay. So I'm going to send those to all of you. Jim, I have your email address. Um, Marin and Maria, I need you guys to email me. So please go above. You can scroll back through. Okay. Yes, yes. Everybody is in the US. Okay. I need all of you guys to give me your email addresses. You can email me. You could also put it in the chat if you don't mind other people having. That's completely up to you. Okay, let's do some more because that is so fun. Okay. Let me see. Am I able to that's too hard. I don't even know how to do that. Okay. I don't even know how to say that. I'm trying to Oh, okay. We actually were talking about this. Do my prices expire? Yeah, they probably will because I'll tell you, I see if someone doesn't redeem. So basically, you guys are going to need to redeem these like within a week. If you don't redeem them, they're going to be reissued. And there's no reason why, if you win a prize, you can't redeem it. You don't have to listen to it all. You just have to redeem it and save it. Log in and save it to your file. So it's just like taking a Udemy class, right? When you buy it, you don't have to start it immediately, but you do have to do that. Okay, so yeah, and so that's a good thing to know is that you guys will have like 1 week to redeem it, or you risk that I'm gonna reissue it on another cycle like this. Okay, so here's the next one we're gonna do. Okay, and, so we're only gonna do 1 winner though, so I just got excited and wanted to give it away. Okay, so 1 winner on this one. So, um, we talked about this type of person already today, and it is someone who goes on Facebook and someone who may go on Amazon and is mean, says nasty things to other people. Yes, Charlie, it's a troll. Okay, so Charlie Jean. Okay, so Charlie Jean, you're gonna need to email me also to get that link. Okay, and I think we're gonna just do one more, and then we're gonna lock this up, you guys. Okay, and Charlie, you can let me know that you're in the US. Please email me too today, you guys. I don't like waiting around to issue out my prizes. So please make sure that you will do that today and email me at Sufani at placeofblisssanctuary.com. Don't do Place of Bliss Academy because my email is Sufani at placeofblisssanctuary.com. Okay. So you're welcome. Okay, so we're gonna do one more, and let's see. Let me look at the words I can't say. Um, okay, so this thing is in our house, and it hangs above a place where we gather, where we have food. It's oftentimes, it can be very simple or very like, just completely beautiful and crazy looking. Well, this is something that hangs. I see what you wrote there, Jim, but it hangs above us. Yes, Meredith, you won again. Meredith, chandelier was the word. Okay, so Meredith, you are also going to get that link. And Meredith, I believe you are in the US, correct? So Meredith, you're going to get a link today as well. I'm going to send that out to you. That is so exciting. I know you were on fire too, Jim. Yes, US. Okay. Okay, my loves. Oh my goodness. Is there any other questions that you have? Because we have been on this for over an hour. It's actually gone kind of long, but this is so fun. I always enjoy doing these giveaways and playing this. I love playing this game. I play it with my family when I had sister week with my sister. They loved my style of doing it because I just was card after card after card and just saying all these things and people would yell out what it was. It was just so fun to play this game. Um, okay, so if there's anything else, you guys let me know. But I think this has been a really amazing chat. Um, aw, thank you. Thank you so much for everything, you guys. Thank you for your commenting. I really appreciate you guys being part of the live streams and the coffee date. This was amazing. As usual, it's always mixed with, a little bit of philosophy and healing and life. And um, it's just fun, to get together and do this and play games together too, because we don't play enough games together with each other. So I pretty much am always going to have games included in this as some kind of giveaway. I just think it's fun to do. So with that being said, oh my goodness, Meredith, you will be getting your good morning tea in the mail, but you need to email me to give me your address. Jim, I already have your address because you bought 2 hoodies, and so I am going to be sending out the purpose tees, and as a bonus, you guys are all going to get stickers with it. Jim, Marin, and Maria, you will also get the links to True Stories of an Urban Shaman. Maria and Marin, you need to get to me this week, preferably today, and email me message me so that I have your email address so that I can actually give you the link. If you don't do it within the week, it expires. Charlie, also, please send me an email and give me your, I will need your email to send you your link, and Meredith, of course, I already have yours, so I believe, Meredith, I do already have your email, right? Please well, you have to email me anyway, so when you email me with your address to ship the T-shirt, I will also, have your email for your link that I'm gonna give you to True Stories of an Urban Shaman audio, it's Audible. Yay! Okay, so let me make sure I've read everybody. Really appreciate you and your positive, uplifting energy and wise words. Thank you so much. Charlie, I really enjoyed this date with all of you. Oh, I know. We all had like a coffee date together. It's so amazing. Um, Let's see. Email sent, Charlie. Excellent. Yay. Okay, so everybody, make sure I have the information I need to issue you your gifts. You need to do it within the week. And everyone who's got a package coming, you will get the tracking on your email as well. So you will know when it's on its way. Mwah. I love you guys. I had so much fun, and I hope that you all come back next time. I don't have these as a set day or time or whenever I'm going to do it because I just like to kind of fly by the seat of my pants. And it's when I'm really jonesing to have a little coffee date with you guys is when I have them. So thank you so much for everything. And remember, this all will be available as a replay. You can see this too. I think YouTube takes a minute to get the replay in order, but you will be able to watch this on replay. You could send it to people if you want other people to become part of our community. You can do that too, okay? So that's it, you guys. Love you and have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. I'm glad you enjoyed it. See you later. Bye-bye.